What is going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and I apologize for the butchering of the overlays and everything like that. I was trying to mess around, and by the time I got finished messing around, it was time to start. So I apologize if this looks really ugly and awful, uh, but we will get better. So again, we're trying to stream over some different platforms here. We're using the PayDirt YouTube channel, as well as my X account and Twitch and a couple of other places. So we'll get better. I mean, I'll get better. I don't say we'll get better. It was just me. So I messed this one up, but this is the way it's going to look for today. So what we're going to do tonight is we are going to do a couple of things. First, we're going to take a look at the Mega Millionaire Maker, which is going on DraftKings right now. See if anybody that we know is doing well. It certainly isn't me. And we'll take a look at that. Maybe we'll take a look at my terrible lineup, which is actually, you're looking at it right now. I'm really threatening to come in last. We'll see how that goes. And then what we're going to do is maybe take a look at some of the other lobbies. And then we're going to spend the rest of the time. I'm going to be doing my live PGA lineup builds and just kind of go through a little bit of my process and kind of have you watch me struggle with some of the questions which come up. Okay. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments or anything, just please reach out. I don't even know if it's even working, but we shall see. So first of all, this is my Mega Millionaire lineup, and this is what I ended up doing. And as you can see, it's not performing very admirably. LaMelo Ball, I mean, he was actually lucky to get the 43 fantasy points. He was pretty bad the whole time. Yeah, Dylan, this is not the best. Jarris Walker was good enough. You can see you can see the badness right here. I mean, I have Carter, but so what? So does everybody. And it's just no good. I did make one late swap just to try to get a little juicy, and I swapped from a chalkier guy from the Sacramento game to Gigi Jackson, hoping he'd be like less than 5% owned, and he is. He's 0.3% owned, so I do have that in case he gets like really, really hot. And you can see Jokic is busting in fine style down at the bottom. So not good, but you know that's the way it goes in DFS. I mean, we'll take a look real quick at who is doing well. McLovin with his 20 entries. It's amazing, huh? It's a lot of money. Anyway, all these guys look the same. They all have about the same guy. Like they all have Carter, right? So Carter. So McLovin has, all these guys covered, and Utica has Carter, and KJK has Carter. So all these lineups underneath McLovin are dead. Oh, except for Dylan Brooks. Okay, but he's got to make up 18 points on Collier. Not Collier, on what did I say? Carter. So this is going to be tough. If you're going to catch McLovin, you're going to have some PMR here. And the first one we'll look at is JPM. So JPM is Carter and Cardwell, but you think Cardwell's really going to make up? What does he have? He's going to make up a full 26 points in the half. So that doesn't look very promising. JPM, Dylan Brooks, this is a blowout. So I don't know what kind of run he's going to end up getting in the fourth quarter. So again, looking pretty grim. Chedabisk, let's see. He's got Stevens. I mean, he's not making up 20 points. That's the thing. When you have a chalky guy like Carter, you just completely dominated by the top of the board here. Okay, so this is possible. So Jamal Murray, I mean, he's got to make up what? He's got to come up 30 points. That's no good, right? I mean, Winner's got 344 points. I mean, this ain't no good. So none of these guys with 38 are going to do it. PMR. How about this guy, 56? So this one, he has Carter also. So he needs between Brooks and Clifford to get 40. it's going to be tough because Brooks is not going to be in the fourth quarter. So this is dead. Dead. How about Third and Schlong, our friend from Run Pure? How's he doing here? Nah, Goodwin's not going to be enough. Well, what has he got? Goodwin and Cardwell? The two of them to get 37 between the two of them? We'll check back on them, but none of this is looking very, very promising. JPM, another one. I mean, we needed somebody with like 57, but also might have Jokic, sort of. Gillespie, Murray, Carter. So this is the problem when you play these 68% owned guys, is you just get dominated by the guy at the top. And this guy's too far away. Everybody that's live here that we're looking at has Carter. So it looks as though McLovin is just really just has a stranglehold on this thing, right? And we'll check back in a little bit, but this is a train wreck, right? I wonder if I can invent a world where I could sneak in the money. Like Greg Jackson, GG Jackson. See, because he's 0.5% owned, every time that he scores, I go shooting up. So, I mean, I got a lot of work to do, but at least I have Jokic, who can obviously he could put up like 40 points in the half. So we'll keep an eye on that, I suppose. And the GG Jackson. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this game on my television set up over here. And keep an eye on this GG Jackson business. Keep an eye on Jokic. Who knows? Maybe we catch a double overtime or something like that and make that work. Let's just see. And then I'll give a little play-by-play of this. But I think that's really the only sweat that's worth talking about. All right, let's pull this up. So where are the Nuggets on my screen? Hawks, Heat, Pelicans, over. Clippers, Rockets, Grizzlies, Nuggets. Okay. So we'll put that up there. We'll just kind of keep an eye on that. Oh, my God. Look at that floor. Boy, look at that. Now, I gotta get a sense of who these people are here. I know Jokic. What number is GG Jackson? He's got the long hair, right? Oh, he's out of the game. Okay, so when he comes in, he'll be number 45. So we'll kind of take a look at that. So in the meanwhile, we need Jokic to start going off and for GG Jackson to come back and have a big fourth quarter. And then who knows? Maybe we race from 650th place at 0.5% ownership to be in the money. But I doubt it. Okay. You need JJ Jackson to go nuclear? Okay. Just to double check. Let's just make sure there's nothing else that we're live in. I doubt it. No, I mean this is residual from me winning the King of the Baseline and some tennis ones. This fadeaway, I mean this is an illusion. This is never getting anywhere. This fadeaway 328, that's not getting anywhere. What about this one? This fadeaway 314 with 55. Okay, what's good about this one at least is that it does not have Carter. So I have guys that know that are all 3% owned. So if God forbid these guys kind of stay in the game, like Achua and Murray and all these dudes, then maybe this slate falls apart a little bit. But they would need to keep Brooks in the blowout run in the fourth, which does not look like it's going to happen. But we will keep an eye on that just for fun. So we'll keep this one kind of off to the side. No hockey to sweat, no more tennis to sweat. I mean, I can look at FanDuel real quick, but there's literally nothing going on over there that's worth even thinking about. No, I mean it's gonna be 400 points for the winner. That one doesn't even have these late games, so that's where we are over there. Okay, Pebble Beach tomorrow. What are we going to do? How are we going to handle this? So this is what I do the night before. Now, for those of you that have never seen me build and never watched my process, I want to clear up a couple of things. First of all, it's true that I just let my optimizers and my sims kind of dictate my lineups for me. Okay. I go on what they call, I guess some people call it autopilot. Once I have the inputs ready to go. Now, what that means then is that the majority of my time and my tweaks are spent on those inputs. Inputs meaning projections and ownerships. Okay, and that's what we have to make sure that we have correct, or at least acceptable to us. Because once I settle on my projections and ownerships, then I am going to let this thing fly. Okay, and rely on my inputs. I'm not going to complain about my outputs if I'm satisfied with my inputs. That's being almost results oriented. And if I'm going to do that, why even have inputs at all? So what I'm going to do is first take a look at my projections. And I just want to make sure that a couple of things are the way I want them. I want to make sure I like my projections, and I want to make sure I like my ownership projections, because what we're going to do is we're going to put our ownership projections probably into SaberSim and replace their contest fields. I think that in golf, I have a license to do that. Can't do that in baseball. I can't do that in football because there's too much correlation involved. All right, there's a Jokic assist. But in golf, I do feel as though my ownerships are better than SaberSim's. So if that's the case, I feel as though in the lottery, okay, not the big buys, but in the lottery, I could probably replace their contest fields with my own. But what I have to do is just make sure that I like my ownership projections before we kind of let it fly. Okay. The other thing we're going to do is we are going to see what it would look like to try to hand build given my projections. Okay, so what we're looking at is again, for those who haven't seen this before, these are names of the players, salaries, fantasy points, points per dollar. And then what I call Sheets value score, and it's just a formula that I use to kind of normalize fantasy points and points per dollar. It's representative. A lot of industry people use something similar. Or roto grinders use something called RGV. We can go into the history of the industry for this, but this is what I use to kind of just turn this all into one number. Now, the one thing that you'll notice in this tournament is that the majority of the highest rated guys are cheapos. Okay, you don't even see like Scotty like anywhere near the top, and that's what you're going to see in all non-cut events. Okay, you're always going to see the cheapos rate the best as far as points per dollar in all metrics in no cut events, because they're going to get guaranteed 4 rounds. Okay. So what you can't do is just say, okay, just give me the top 6 values, and that's going to be my top plays, because you're just not going to fill out your salary, and the total fantasy points are just not going to be enough. But so that's one thing to notice is that whenever you have a no cut event, the top of this board is always going to be kind of like these values. In a cut event, you'll see that usually the top players like Scheffler, whenever they're going to be the top, even the Sheets value score. Okay. So what you're looking at here are probably the best plays. Okay. That would be Knapp and Cameron Young. Those are the ones that are grading out the best. They have good high fantasy point projections. Okay. And they are garnering decent ownership. Okay. I do like the way that these are laying out. Now let's resort this by fantasy points and just make sure that I can live with this. So, Scotty, I have at 19 points ahead of Rory, which is fine. And then I just want to make sure I just kind of eyeball this stuff and make sure I'm happy with all this. I mean, I'm happy with Goddard being ahead of Fleetwood. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I have done this already, so I'm just like really triple checking this. This is one that you're going to see probably show up in a bunch of lineups as well, like Ben Griffin. You see him, he's 8,400, and he's got pretty much the same projection as guys, 500 to 1,000 ahead of him. So you're going to end up, I'm probably going to end up with a decent amount of him. That's just the way it's going to be. It just grades out extraordinarily well. Okay. Now, with respect to Scotty, no, Scotty looks great. The only question is can you fit him in? And the thing is that because it's a no cut event, for those of you who've been playing PGA DFS for a while, you know this. Um, those types of events are very conducive to stars and scrubs because you don't have to worry about your cheapos missing the cut. Because you get 4 guaranteed rounds of all the cheapos, then you could jam them in with Scotty if that's what you want to do. So that's why the majority of the optimals uh, in these no-cut events are stars and scrubs. So it's probably going to be something like Scotty plus a bunch of scrubs, especially when he projects 20 points higher. Okay, so that's why even though he's 14,000, I have him being the highest owned. I mean, I have him at 32% projected ownership. Now, again, it's not going to be like 100% owned or anything like that, even though he's very likely to win. But the 14K is just not enough to price you out of him because it's a no-cut event. Okay. So I do like this ownership projection. Let's take a look at these as well, because again, if your ownership projections are bad, then again, my idea of replacing the contest field is going to blow up in my face. Now, the one thing you'll see is that Jake Knapp, very, very highly owned, and that I feel this is accurate. Henley, Cameron Young, Goddard. Yeah, I think all of these are fine. I was worried earlier when I was speaking to the guys about Xander. I thought I had him earlier like 16%, and last week I overshot him as well. So I reduced him and he's 13. And I think that's fair. Okay. So the only projection again that I kind of messed with is I gave Sahith Theegala an extra point. I just feel as though he's just going to be under projected for a couple of more months because they're still projecting him based on his injuries from last year. And I considered upping the projection on Cootie, but I decided against it. So aside from that, I mean, these are kind of the adjusted projections. So first thing that I like to do is see how I can build a hand-built lineup with doing nothing other than looking at the projections. Okay, so usually what I like to try to do is I like to say, okay, what if I just take the top 6 rated Sheets Value Score guys? Like how much salary does that fill out? And if it filled out 50,000, we'd be like freaking heroes. And unfortunately, it fills out 43.9, so that's just not going to work. Okay, so that's one thing you can't do. But one thing you can do, this is kind of fun, is let's say that you want to play Scotty. Okay, so that's 14,000. What would the top 5 rated Sheets Value Score guys work out to be? And that would be 36,700. So you can almost do it. 14. Oh, Jokic, you suck. So 14,000. We can't quite jam him this way, but if you make one strategic change, then you can play Scotty with at least 5 out of 6. So what I think you could consider doing is taking one of these kind of higher owned guys like Cameron Young or Jake Knapp, and then dropping that one to say Minwoo Lee. So again, what do we need to get? We need to get an extra 600. So instead of playing Knapp at high ownership, if you just play these next 5, for example, it's 36,000 plus the 14. So you could get a Scotty lineup with all 5 of these dudes and at least be confident that the numbers are supporting the big buy. And again, the one thing that we did was we took out the highest owned guy in this board. So I think that's actually a one kind of cool way to play is just, again, using the projections. Now, the other thing you can do, let's say you wanted to build a big buy without Scotty. It's a little harder to do that using these projections because, again, because it's a no-cut event, you rank them up from here, and it's going to be hard to get, fill out the salary. So that's really just not going to work. But you can at least hand build using a Scotty lineup, and I think that makes some sense. Okay, so let's get after it, and we'll pull up. What we got? Have any kind of? Let's see if we have any kind of progress here. No, we have no progress because Gigi Jackson is not in. 41. No, that's not going to work. And Brooks, as advertised, is out of the game. Okay. Let's pull up, let's use SaberSim first. Where is SaberSim? I had it on another screen, and it's not here. It is there, but I had another screen instead. Yeah, this one. Okay. So the first thing that you'll notice, this is this FanDuel or DraftKings, so let's pull the right one. Okay. So you'll see what I'm playing here. First of all, I'm playing one in the Mega Snowman, one in the sand. Excuse me, 150 in the Sand Trap, 150 Drive the Green, one in the Driver, and one in the Par 4. And I'm playing some qualifiers as well. And what I'm going to do is we're going to upload these projections to SaberSim, and then we're going to decide what we want to do with our contest fields. So first thing that we want to do is we hit this button, upload CSV, and this is the file that has all these projections on it that I keep in my computer. See, it automatically goes in there. Now, the one thing that you're going to want to do is click on this automatically create custom fields from ownership. And what that'll do is what I was hoping it would do, and that would be create my own contest field. Okay. And we're going to call this Sheets. Sheets Phones, I guess. Build 20,000 lineups to get a big field, I guess. And then actually we can build 15,000. That's fine. Let's save. Okay. So now what it's doing is it is creating the contest field. It's predicting who everybody is going to be playing based not on SaberSim's, admittedly very expert contest field selections, but based on my ownerships. So we're going to see what these fields look like, and then we're going to opt or not to utilize them. Okay, so it's loading these lineups now, so we have to wait just a minute. And you'll see the ownership of this fields, like over here. And I kind of like this. It does represent my ownership projections. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go into this contest tab and decide which of these contests we're going to replace SaberSim's ownership with mine. Now, we're not going to replace the Mega Snowman because, SaberSim is presuming this is a big buy-in, and the ownership for a contest like this is going to be different from the lottery. So I don't have just high buy-in ownership projections to replace it with, so I'm not going to do that. But for the Sand Trap, this is where I'm going to replace this. So we're going to, instead of doing the field lineups, flagship MME, we're going to do the Sheets ones. And we're also going to use the Sheets ones for the Drive the Green. Okay. For the Driver, we're going to stick with the high stakes single entry. Par 4, we're going to stick with the high stakes 20 max. And for the World Championship qualifier, high stakes single entry. So now we are just ready to fly. Okay. Now you'll notice that at this point, I'm not doing anything with the salaries. I'm not doing any maximum exposure to anybody, any minimum exposures to anybody. We're just going to roll with it. So we're just going to build lineups, and it's going to do like several things sort of at the same time. Okay. It's going to build, however many I said, 20,000 lineups. And then what it's going to do is it's going to simulate those 20,000 lineups against the contest fields that I have told it to simulate the lineups against. Okay. Remember the flagship, the Drive the Green and the Sand Trap, we're going to use my contest fields. And in the other ones, we're going to use SaberSim's. No, but you could do that yourself. I mean, like if you depending on where you are, you're piping in from TrueDFS. From TrueDFS, I already uploaded them to the site, so you can just download them like I did and upload them here. I'm having a tough time like uploading directly to SaberSim. Actually, I could do that. I actually could do that for you guys. I'll do it. I'll do it before I go to bed. I think I can figure that out. Let me just see something. Actually, can I do that? Yes, I can do that. Just give me a few moments. All right. So this build is building all my lineups, and now you see this. This button here means that it's simming. So it's simming all these lineups against all of these contests. And then one of the decisions I have to make is whether to just kind of take the top ROI lineups for each contest or have SaberSim diversify the portfolio. And there's an assist for Jokic. It's good. This portfolio plus tool is proven to be very valuable. So I am actually going to let SaberSim kind of run this and diversify the portfolio for me. And we're going to see what we end up getting. Okay. And this is something I usually don't do, is check to see who I have. Because, and again, people stress over this, but this decision. But I mean, from my perspective, I mean, why would I? Why would I care who I have? You know what I mean? Like, as long as I am happy with my inputs, you know, I shouldn't really concern myself with what my outputs are. But hold on, I'm gonna redo my projections so that I can upload them directly to SaberSim for you. Okay. And you'll see here what the exposures are. So I'm getting 31% Scheffler, 30% Cam Young, 28. So you see this, and it is sort of reflective of the ownership projections, and that's what happens when you go into portfolio diversification mode, is you do smooth out your risk a little bit. So we'll go ahead and save this for now, and then we're going to do something else, which I think you're going to like. And what's cool about this is that this is why I don't mind. One of the reasons I don't mind like doing this live build where I show you like exactly who I'm playing, exactly what I'm doing, is that because I'm in this portfolio diversification mode, like what it's doing is making a portfolio of lineups for me. You know what I mean? What SaberSim is doing is taking into account what I am playing. And it is diversifying lineups according to those specific parameters. So, for example, like whatever, if any of you guys, like you could use my exact projections and my exact approach, you're going to end up with a completely different portfolio. And if you don't, then it's SaberSim is doing something wrong. Okay? I mean, unless you like technically enter every exact contest that I'm in, you know what I mean? Then maybe you have a shot to be close. But even then, you know, the Sims have some degree of variance as well. So, hold on. But what I'm going to do, hold on, let me just make sure I do something. I'm going to update. Here's going to be, check this out. This is like really behind the scenes stuff. So I'm actually going to upload the projections here so that this is for the TrueDFS people. I know a lot of different people are in here. This is so the TrueDFS people can get in there. I'm going to do this directly to SaberSim. This isn't going to happen for too much longer, by the way. Just find this TrueDFS, PGA, and we'll just do DraftKings. Okay, and good. Okay, but you saw this exposures, right? So what I want to do is this. First things first. First, what I want to do is change it from portfolio management view or portfolio view to just regular min uniques, right? So now we're not going to worry about diversifying the portfolio. We're just going to worry about just picking the top EV lineups. I just want to see like the difference. Ooh, Gigi Jackson. Hey, how about that? Jokic's the only one that can have a triple double and have a snowflake. All right, so now we'll change that from the drive the green from portfolio view to min uniques, and you'll see something really interesting, right? Now you're going to see 37% Jake Knapp, 33% Cam Young, okay? And what that means is that if you just took the top ROI lineups, this is what you would get. But because of the portfolio diversification settings, you're getting a much smoother distribution of players, okay? So I want you to remember this is 37%, 33%, because what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to another simulator. We're going to use Ace Mind, who I use from time to time. Gigi Jackson falls to his knees and throws it away. Oh, just don't bench him. Okay. So what Ace Mind will do is automatically presume that you're going to tell it what to do. In other words, you're going to tell it, you know, the ownerships. And what it's going to do, it's a little different. It's going to build 5 different fields and then generate lineups based on some blend of those fields. It's a little different. What I want to do is I want to see the difference between results. So let's upload our projections to Ace Mind. And I do recommend Ace Mind as well. And we'll pull this in here and import. And win probability, got to put that in here. Import player data. And we put all our ownerships in here. And then, oh, wait, you know what I got to do? I have win probability 0.2%. That's not the convention that I want. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Right. So this is what I need. So this is the file. I got to turn this into, got to multiply this by 100. Let's see something. So we'll change this to win percentage is, yeah, this is what I want. This, oops. Okay. Now, as I was saying, we'll import these again. And then define win percentage. Import these. This is a little different, right? So now we're going to run these. Oh, these are fixed. Oh, we have to pick the contest. Sorry. PGA, and then we'll use the, you know, the sand trap. So we're going to run them. And we're going to see how this is different. Now, again, we'll come back to this stupid thing. See if made any progress here, and I have not. It paid me for my other stuff. But I'm going from 600th to 435th. You know what I mean? Like this 0.3% owned dude. I mean, I can't quite get there, but it's certainly going to make it interesting. Carter, you know, he's out, I guess, now. And I'm going to need overtime, but, you know, it's possible. And McLovin still has kind of a stranglehold on this. He's not going to make up. Ooh, no, but he's got the Gregory Jackson too. I forgot about this. So he's got to come up with 13 fantasy points in 9 minutes. He could do it. Utica could totally do this. Oh, that'd be awesome. Because all these guys have Carter and they're all out of the game. So I am rooting for the Utica. So you see, okay, so back to the PGA. So you see what Ace Mind is doing? So Ace Mind is simulating 5 different fields. Field 1, Field 2, Field 3, Field 4, Field 5. And again, what we're going to try to do is I'm going to try to compare the ownerships and the exposures that Ace Mind put out as opposed to SaberSim. And while that's going on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing I did with DraftKings with FanDuel. So here we're going to upload the FanDuel. Now, unfortunately, I'm not very confident in my ownerships for FanDuel yet. So we're just going to go with the SaberSim contest fields. So we're just going to let this fly. And we'll come back to Ace Mind. Now, sometimes Ace Mind gets a little testy. We'll see. But it did get through field 1 pretty quickly. I don't know. It looks like it's slowing down on me. And here's the problem of like demoing external technologies. It's like it's really outside my control. Oh, wait a minute. Body-to-body contact on Wells. Okay. Will remain Denver ball. Well, Jokic's going to come in there. We need G.G. Jackson to lead the charge from Memphis. So I'm going to be sweating for G.G. Jackson for what's his name, for Utica. And it looks like he's going to be in there for the duration, I think. Valanciunas. Okay, G.G. Jackson with the ball. We're watching this as we simulate these fields on Ace Mind. You know what I like about the G.G. Jackson? He's got big, long hair, so I don't have to, I can always find him. All right, let's see. FanDuel again. Are we moving along here? Yeah, there you go. Templates, 1 group per contest. Strother is... Oh, there you go, Ace Mind. All right, moving along. Caldwell Pope off the glass, no good. Oh no, it is good. 101.88. That's no good. We need overtime here, I think. Where's GG? Is he out of the game? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there he is. Okay. You want to block him? Oh, I thought he was going to get blocked. Okay, run contest sims here for FanDuel. 103.88. Wells with the dunk. That is not G.G. Jackson. It looks good. I have if you're rooting for Utica, you're usually on the right end. Valanciunas from the top of the key. There's no way he makes that. Picked away. Yeah, we knew that. Hey, find G.G. Jackson. He's trailing the field. Oh, he's in the corner. What are you doing in the corner? You got no business being in the corner. No. Carter is... Oh, he's back in the game? Yes, but everybody's got him.
That's not a foul. It's why was that not called on the other end for Jonas Valanciunas in his favor?
3rd and Schlong. He's got Cardwell. Oh, Cardwell's in the game. It's not going to be quite enough though. 16 points in 2 minutes. Carter's in to mop up. It looks like. Yep, you're right. And let's see what we have. So you'll see at FanDuel, we're getting like 75% Scott, and that's usually what ends up happening. I don't know what that means, old line clean. And we will upload FanDuel, but we do always end up stars and scrubsy on FanDuel anyway. So this is not particularly surprising. But I would love to get an answer. Oh, here we go. All right, so it looks as though they're going to give us 2 fields, which is good enough. And I want to see what the breakdown is. Preparing lineups and summary. Download the Valanciunas. Looking. Oh, it looks like Jackson's out of the game. That is not good. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so now this is what this looks like, and let's see what 150 lineups looks like. 48% Cam Young and 44% Jake Knapp. Compared to, let's go back to that DraftKings look over here. And that SaberSim look. Where was it? It was still heavy, Knapp and Young, but here, Ace Mind gives us more Cameron Young, like 48%. Okay, using the same numbers, right, and using the same contest fields. Really, the only thing that's different is that for Ace Mind, you need to put an input for your winning chance to win the tournament, and also standard deviation. Do you have to put in there? So maybe that's what causes this. Now, you could also do stuff like go min uniques too, but what you're now doing is really forcing it, right? But no matter how you slice this, I mean, but you're getting like a bunch of Jake Knapp and Cameron Young, okay? And these are going to be your top plays in pretty much all formats. That's just the way it's going to be. What else? Because that's pretty much it, you know. So that is the process, and that's literally all I'm going to do at this point. I spent way too much time on the other stuff already. Yes, so Greg G. Jackson is out of the game. Yeah, not great. Any questions about any of this? Unfortunately, there's no League of Legends, so we can't build that. And you know, I might keep exactly what I put in as far as PGA goes. Now, what I am interested in is what did I get actually in the Mega Snowman? Let's just take a look at it. Yeah, I might keep it, I might not, but what I got is actually, is it a Scotty lineup? No, I got a mixed lineup. I got a no Scotty lineup. So I could just do this, and that certainly makes sense. Or I could play the Scotty lineup that I kind of looked at earlier that I just built based on my numbers. So that I might decide to do that. But the point I'm making is that golf to me is a very projection based sport, and the majority of your time should be spent on making sure your projections are good. And if you don't know how to do that yourself manually, just go to a place you can trust, like either Ship It Nation or Data Golf or wherever. You know what I mean? Or the Paydort's got good models. You know, or you know, any of the reputable places, their projections are probably going to be decent. And if you have a take, yeah, go ahead. You can make a couple of changes. But what I would not do is like make exposure demands, like max 30 or min 30. If you want to up your projections by a little bit, that's fine. Yeah, sorry about that, Noah. What's the actual info you're looking for comparing exposures across very well? I don't even know what you're asking me. You're looking for comparing exposures across various projections. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. But it really is. You're going to be getting Young and Knapp, like no matter what you do, really. As far as one and done, I did do a video for Ship It Nation talking about all of that, but just to give you a couple of guys, I do like McNeely this week in one and done. I also do like Goddard again in one and done. I like Siwoo Kim again in one and done. But what I will say is that if you're in a contest where you've already binked something Like if you had Goddard up last week, like I did and a couple of our people did, and you're in, say, the Rick Run Good contest where where they actually pay you after the first 7 or 8 weeks, then you might want to try to to play somebody good. Like I would definitely consider playing Scotty and or Rory this week if you already have Goddard up in the tank. You know, it's this tournament is it's a big tournament. It's one of the highest ranked tournaments as far as like average. Here I'll show you like real quick. Like this is the metric that kind of ranks the tournaments based on purse per golfers, and it's number 3. I mean, it's tied for number 3. So it's not like you really need to wait that long. All these 3 coming up, Pebble and Genesis and Arnold Palmer, like all these 3, I mean, you want to use really good players. So I got no problem with using Scotty or Rory in this particular spot. What I would not do is I would not play Justin Rose. I would not play Xander. Henley's actually all right also. And there's another guy I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play Fleetwood in this format. I just think he's just eligible for these other signature events, and he's just coming off his first tournament back, really, in PGA Tour. So I don't know. I'm not too interested in that. What's the point of pairing? Nothing really. No. There's really the point is really just to educate myself and learn. I just want to just see like how these different sim products are processing similar information. That's the only reason I'm doing it that way. It's nothing like, it's not like teaching me or what to play or anything like that. Again, I'm just always trying to work on my process and work on my technology. So I'd like to always test the technology that I kind of work with. Okay, that is going to do it. I hope everybody had better luck than I did tonight. It's not very difficult. Let me just double check, make sure that I'm in fact dead, which I am. Make sure these guys fade away again. I just kind of ran out of steam here. This one I'm 477th place. Jokic is in at least. The good news is that there is some overtime vig lurking. So if I can get Gregory Jackson into close and get to overtime, then it's possible. I mean, otherwise, look at this. So Carter, this game's over. The Carter game is over. It's like no one's got anything. See that? 109, 105 for Bruce Brown. And just no one's got any PMR left here. Let's scan this way. Let's sort by PMR. Like the most guys has got 9. No, wait, is that possible? Yeah, I mean, this is it. And to add insult to injury, McLovin's got Jokic and Murray. So this goes to overtime. He's going to win this. He's going to win this anyway, I think. Jokic, beautiful pass. Oh, waved it off, huh? Are we coming in here? We got one more substitution, I think. No, Hardaway Jr. is coming in. Yeah, Strother did not get that off in time. Definitely not.
And here come the Grizzlies. Scottie Pippen Jr. is in.
Scottie Pippen Jr. is in, not G.G. Jackson. That's too bad. 109, 109. It's like a perfect setup, too. Hardaway for 3. That's good. Yeah, all these guys have Jokic. I think that Memphis should bring in Gigi Jackson. That's what I think. See a couple more possessions. I don't know. Jokic throws it away. Okay, someone coming in here? No. Let's see. Oh, offensive foul. Tim Hardaway Jr. Mm, yeah, a little bit too aggressive there. I'll take a quick look at tomorrow. I want to take a quick look at tomorrow. So first of all, there's no LOL. I don't think there's a soccer tomorrow either. We got a good soccer slate today. No esports. Hockey, we're still in the Olympics. What's the NBA slate look like tomorrow? Oh, gruesome. 3-game slate. Oh, not good, huh? Look at the NBA. I mean, can you believe this? All these guys out. That's a push off. Look at this horror show. All these guys out. 7:30, then a 9, then a 10 o'clock. I mean, like, this is supposed to be, Luka revenge against Dallas. You know what I mean? This game was supposed to be like Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag is out for real. That's just not right. I mean, that's not right. It's just not right. I mean, look, they're injured. What are you going to do? But these kids, I mean, like, they want these tickets to these games. Lakers play Dallas, what, once a year, twice a year? There's like nobody in the game. Is LeBron going to be out too? Who knows? So that's tomorrow's slate. Got Daytona 500 and all the NASCAR stuff coming. Let's take a look real quick at what that schedule looks like. Yeah, they got duels. That's tomorrow, huh? Yeah, people are always starting to don't even have salaries yet. So it's beginning of the NASCAR season. All right, so I don't know which stream you're on, but whether you're on TrueDFS or PayDirt or just a regular X channel, whatever. I'm sorry, Rio, if you're out there. I thought you were going to win, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just going to be some variation of McLovin, because he's either going to win this one or he's going to get there with the 354. Now he doesn't have enough to even get there if they go to overtime. Let's check. Let's give a play-by-play for the end of the game here. Why not? Okay, so Jokic uses Hardaway. Two-man game there. Jokic takes it right to him. Ooh, Gigi Jackson's in the game, though. Ooh. Okay. So 116, 115. We got something to root for here because Gigi Jackson is in the game. So now we can root for overtime because he's point whatever percent owned here. There's Jokic. Missed. Get his own rebound. Fantasy genius. 118, 115. Probably a timeout coming. No, does not look like a timeout is coming. I want to hide this because the DraftKings one's always ahead of the live thing, so I don't want that to poison me. All right, 118, 115. No good. Was that a rebound by – is that technically a rebound by Jackson? I don't think so. Let's go check. Yeah, they gave him a rebound for that. Okay. Let's look at C. Utica, 14 points away. I mean, honestly, needs double overtime. But listen, every point here is worth a lot of money. So this is 13,000 for like another fantasy point. for Gigi Jackson.
So Jokic and another.
Jokic and somebody is going to be tipping it up. 118, 115. All right, Jamal Murray has the ball. 41 seconds to go. We need a miss and then a Memphis three. Pippen's muscling into Murray. Murray uses a high screen with Jokic. Murray pulls up. No good. Rebound, Memphis. Down 3, 22 seconds to go. Bring the ball down court. For 3. No good. Rebound, Murray. That should do it. 13 seconds to go. Murray probably just needs 1 of 2, I think. We'll stick here towards the end, to the end, though. Tell you what, if he makes 1 of 2, we'll stick around. If he makes 2 of 2, that's way too much. And then we'll get out of here. Let's see. Jamal Murray, dribble, 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 turns, looks, shoots. Good. It's going to be a timeout in a second. Once the guy takes the timeout, we will get out of here. So make sure you sign up for Paydirt. That's what TrueDFS is becoming now. Get all my and Bobby's stuff. Well, not all of it, but most of it. So 120 to 115, timeout. That's got to do it. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you next time.